Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Wreaths Across America Day in Bloomington, Indiana, here at Rose Hill Cemetery. We are so blessed to be here today. The weather is better than the last 2 years, so if it just keeps improving, in 2030 it'll be awesome. It'll be sunny. I'm thrilled to be here, and I am your Bloomington coordinator for Wreaths Across America. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the mission to remember the fallen, honor those that serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Today, we're blessed to be able to honor veterans here at Rose Hill Cemetery, across the street, a couple blocks, White Oak Cemetery. We've expanded to Unionville Cemetery, as well as Gosport Cemetery. So it's no longer just Wreaths Across America in Bloomington. It's a few different other areas, and we're grateful. The colors today are being presented by Civil Air Patrol. Civil Air Patrol was founded in the early days of World War II in 1941. Today's cap is the Air Force's Auxiliary, a dynamic nonprofit organization serving America's communities, saving lives and shaping futures. Presenting the colors today is our local Monroe County Composite Squadron, who embodies those goals of serving the community and growing future leaders. To learn more, of course, go online. Go civilairpatrol.com. I would like to introduce Southern Indiana Pipes and Drums. They're entering near the rear, well, really over here by my car that's powering our system today. They'll be playing Amazing Grace and Scotland the Brave. Thank you, Southern Indiana Pipes and Drums. I would like to introduce those gentlemen and women who are serving today. Jeff Brenniger, Piper, and First Sergeant, Sam Franklin, drummer, John Campbell, drum major, and Air Force veteran, Bryce Bookwalter, Piper, Army veteran, Sam Franklin, Piper, Andrew Tibbs, Piper, Wes Kilgore, drummer, Yulie Morrison, Piper, Navy veteran, Martin Kindig, Piper, and Jeannie Cox, drummer. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I would invite anyone who is having trouble standing to please be seated. They're here for you. Also, if it rains, we do have 2 small tents that you can all pile under. We ask at the start of this event that you would please join me in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, prisoners of war, those missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation's armed services. Thank you. I would like to introduce this year's MC, Mr. John Bowman. John is a United States Army veteran and current commander of AMVETS Post 2000 in Bloomington. We are delighted to have John present to take us through today's ceremony. John.
Thank you, Jenny. You do a lot, and we really appreciate everything that you do. I would like to introduce Caroline Jensen, a middle grade student at St. Charles School. She will be performing the national anthem and then leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Caroline?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
would like to thank you all for being here today. This year across the country, at more than 4,000 participating locations like this one, there are millions of Americans gathering safely as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We are proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people from many walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit, raise our children to believe as we do. We are free to vote for the leaders of our choosing. And we have the right to succeed or fail at any endeavor we want to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall never forget you. We will always remember. Today we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have had to fight and continue to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for freedom of the people from around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served our country well, and for that we thank you, and we are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving in all the branches of the military, here at home and in places far away, some of those places we've never heard of. These soldiers are part of the best trained, most equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Sergeant Major Bill Paxton said, "May we never forget our fallen comrades. Freedom isn't free." Now I would like to introduce the AMVETS Auxiliary President, Teresa Chestnut.
Proclamation. Whereas the Wreaths Across America organization was formed in 2007 as an extension of the Arlington Wreath Project in 1992, where wreaths were laid on graves of fallen soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery, and whereas the mission of the Wreaths Across America organization is to remember the fallen, to honor those that serve and their families, and teach the next generation about the value of freedom, and whereas each year this mission is carried out by the coordination of wreath laying ceremonies on a specific Saturday in December at Arlington National Cemetery, as well as at veteran cemeteries and other locations in all 50 states and beyond, and whereas one of the patriotic goals of all of the following organizations: American Legion Auxiliary Unit 18 Bloomington, Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary 604 Bloomington, Bloomington Chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Veterans of Foreign Wars Post and Auxiliary 7850 Gosport, AMVETS Auxiliary 2000, Kiwanis of South Central Indiana, Kiwanis, Bloomington, National Sons of the American Revolution, Daniel Guthrie Chapter, Monroe County Composite Squadron, Civil Air Patrol, and Cloven Hooves Motorcycle Club is to honor, respect, and support veterans and their families, and whereas these organizations foster cooperative arrangements with the Wreaths Across America organization in pursuit of our common goals, and whereas Saturday, December 16th, 2023 has been designated by the Wreaths Across America organization as the date for these ceremonies to occur. Now therefore I, John Hamilton, Mayor of the City of Bloomington, do hereby proclaim December 16th, 2023 as Wreaths Across America Day, in Bloomington, Indiana, and extend thanks and appreciation to our veterans and Gold Star families for their service and sacrifice, and to Wreaths Across America for bringing this honor to our community. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the city of Bloomington this 12th day of December 2023. John Hamilton, Mayor, City of Bloomington. And for any Bloomington city officials that are here, thank you for coming.
This microphone stand's going to get a workout. I would like to introduce Vanessa McClory, who is presenting the wreaths.
Today, we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. United States Army, founded June 14, 1775. United States Navy, founded October 13, 1775. United States Marine Corps, founded November 10, 1775. United States Coast Guard, founded August 4, 1790. United States Air Force, founded September 18, 1947. United States Space Force, founded December 20th, 2019. United States Merchant Marines, founded 1939. POW, MIA, per the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency. As of today, there are currently 81,333 United States servicemen and women from all branches whose last known status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes. We shall not forget them. And to all veterans, we thank you for your service. I'd like to ask all veterans to stand if you are able.
All right, Jenny Tracy.
I would like to thank the committee for their hard work in getting today's activities in place for all of you to be here to volunteer to lay a wreath or several for veterans. There are 1,584 veterans we are honoring today at Rose Hill, White Oak, Unionville, and Gosport. The committee team for Wreaths Across America Bloomington is myself, Gigi Kirkley, Event Veteran List Coordinator. Raise your hand, Gigi. Scott Emery, Marking Discovery Team. Andrea Hatzel. You've all met her. She's the Volunteer Coordinator. Teresa Chestnut, Event Fundraising Chairman and Ceremony Extraordinaire. Kelsey Bankert, Event Distribution Coordinator. And thank you, Stonebelt Trucking, as well as Kelsey Leasing, for making sure the wreaths got here safely. Chris England, Secretary. Steve Miller, Public Relations. And members Harriet Figg, Amy Thomas, and Becky Kerberg, as well as John Summerlot, our Veterans Audit Committee. There are several group sponsors that help make this possible to ensure that wreaths were sponsored. We've read many of those names already. We want to mention a few more. Tri Kappa Alpha chapter, as well as I believe we mentioned all the other ones, but I'll just do them quickly. American Legion Auxiliary Unit 18, AMVETS Ladies Auxiliary 2000, Cloven Hoofs Motorcycle Club Bloomington Chapter, Daniel Guthrie Chapter of Indiana Sons of the American Revolution, Kiwanis Club of South Central Indiana, Lawrence B. Strain Auxiliary 604, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Monroe County Composite Squadron, Civil Air Patrol, National Society Daughters of the American Revolution, Bloomington Chapter, Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary 7850, Gosport. Gratitude for those who are here to volunteer, those that sponsored a wreath, or both. This is a large operation, and we pulled it off with success again. It's our third year. We will honor 1,584 veterans here at Rose Hill Cemetery, White Oak Cemetery, Unionville Community Cemetery, and Gosport Cemetery. Please note that while we do our work here at Rose Hill, we do have a few volunteers handling wreath-laying ceremonies at White Oak, Unionville, which is today at 1:30, and Gosport, which is tomorrow at 1. So this year we increased our veteran count, and thanks to you, we can honor these veterans. Next year, we look to increase our numbers again and hope to participate in other cemeteries as our veteran audit team continues to discover veterans that are laid to rest. We hope that you will continue to support this effort in the years to come and know that this site is ready to expect orders for next year. We are always looking for committee members to help us plan the event. And if you're interested, please let me know. Valhalla and Clear Creek are really large cemeteries. We want to do those cemeteries, but we need additional help to do it. And we will get it done eventually. I'd like to introduce Andrea Hatzel. If you would please come forward and explain how we're going to volunteer today. I do want to mention that we have 25 extra wreaths. Typically, we do not sell them outside of our cemeteries, but if you are interested and you have a veteran somewhere else that you would like to honor, you may take a wreath home today, sponsor it for $17. Just meet me over here at this tent.
I wanted to start off by saying thank you yet again. I thanked everyone as they came up to the tent, but saying thank you more than once just isn't enough for being here and volunteering to place wreaths today. If you did not receive a section assignment as you came up to the tent, please return back to the blue tent when we are done here so that way we can distribute you to the sections that need some assistance. Each section has a section leader, so they will be taking the utility flags that I will be showing you here in a second and collecting those and giving you wreaths in exchange. There are several boxes of wreaths distributed throughout the cemetery for each of your sections. When you receive a wreath, please approach the headstone, and it has a blue utility marker that says VET on it. There are some blue flags out there that do not have any markers on them. Those stay there. They are for landscaping needs in the cemetery. You will offer the wreath to the headstone. If you are able to read the name, please feel free to do so. If you cannot read the stone, you can even just acknowledge them as a veteran. Thank them for the service. When we place a wreath at the headstone, the red bow will go at the 12 o'clock position at the top. There are landscaping pins that will also be with each of your section leaders, and those will go at the bottom of your wreath to secure them to the ground so that they do not blow away. For any of you that are active duty, military, cadets, or even veterans yourselves, feel free if you would like to render a slow salute or place your right hand over your heart and acknowledge the veteran in front of you. Once you've placed the wreath, please remove the blue utility flag that says VET and return it to your section leader. There are some decorations that are on the headstones as well, so you can place them around the wreath if it's needed, but please don't remove any of the decorations that are there from the families. There are tags on the back of the wreaths that you are welcome to take as a souvenir for your participation today. There are, like Jenny said, 1,500 veterans that we are recognizing today and tomorrow in our 4 cemeteries, and we could not do this without you. I thank you all so much one more time. Like I said, you can't say thank you more. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask at the volunteer table. We will be there to assist you.
Thank you so much. We thank you all for helping laying the wreaths for our departed veterans and helping to remember and honor them throughout the event. As she said, when you place the wreath on the grave, say the veteran's name. It's to thank them and to keep their memories alive. The balsam fir wreaths symbolize our honor to those who have served our great nation and to the families who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you all to understand that the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free. It came with a cost, and someday you may have to repay that cost. As a nation, standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thanks to our veterans, we have the freedom to do just that. I would like to introduce the chaplain of American Legion Auxiliary Unit 18, Vicki Swafford, to give the benediction.
Please prepare yourselves for prayer. Almighty and merciful God, we remember before you in this moment our separated comrades. We recall the good deeds they accomplished. We honor those who fought a good fight in a just cause, comrades both in war and peace who have served this country with dignity and honor. May they rest in peace. May we consecrate our hearts and lives to you, our God, and to this country, and to the ideas and principles and hopes of those whom we honor, who have served faithfully and now are at rest. Amen.
If we could have the Southern Indiana Pipes and Drums perform taps, it will be by Jeff Brendiger. Thanks again for coming and honoring our local veterans laid to rest in the cemetery. This concludes the ceremony. As you go to your volunteer station, please listen to the Indiana Southern Pipes and Drums as they play.